So I guess all of this is for me. I don't expect anybody to understand any of this or care about any of it or anything. I just like to do these kinds of things. From time to time, these kind of personal reflection type of things. And maybe that one person will come on and go, hey, yeah. I just thinking about some of the stuff I was saying in that earlier video. Something that really has become very crystal clear to me lately. Especially, my 56 years of experience and for what it's worth. But we do live in a world that is full of horrible advice because, we're all wounded and everybody's hurting. And so everybody's coming from a place of pain. A lot of people's opinions of life oftentimes come from a place of hurt. And not from a place of healedness. Healedness. You know what I mean? And I really do think there's a difference. There's a difference between life advice that comes from a place of pain, somebody who's bitter and angry and resentful, as opposed to somebody who's let go of a lot of that kind of stuff. And, I was thinking about this whole thing, and this person I met a couple years ago, and I don't I've thought about this a lot, and I kind of keep going over it, and at some point I probably should just stop going over certain things because it's kind of counterproductive. But a lot of people tell you move on, right? Just there's plenty of fish in the sea. You need to let go and move on and find somebody else, that kind of a thing. And I don't want to. I don't want to. It's my choice, and I'm not even really sure how much of a choice it is. I found somebody that I really, really connected with, and I thought they felt the same way, and they didn't. But, I just, I don't want to look for somebody else. I don't want to be with anybody else. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make you like fucked up or a bad person or stupid or ignorant sometimes you just find somebody that you really click with and that's who you want to be with, And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But can we really say that, well, you not being with that person is the universe's way of telling you that they're not the one, right? Well, is it though? Is it? Because everything in my heart tells me the opposite. Who's right? Who's wrong? In these kinds of situations, who's right? Who's wrong? And I've gotten so much horrible advice from people on these kinds of matters. And I could just tell, more and more, as I become more healed, I can see how it becomes more and more clear who's not healed. Based on the kinds of things that they say and the kind of advice that they give. If that comes across as like, oh, you sound like you think you're better than everybody, I don't mean to come off that way. Because I've been told that before by several people in the past. Oh, you think you're better than everybody. And I can see where that comes from. I could be a judgmental prick. Not as much as I used to be, I don't think. Because I think I am healing. But at the same time, I can definitely draw a pretty hard line in the sand sometimes about issues. And I can be pretty opinionated about stuff. And I can be, when I get on a roll, sometimes. I can be articulate and, my rhetoric can be sharp. Anyway, I just don't, there's just nothing wrong with that though, if you find somebody you want to be with and it didn't work out, there's nothing wrong with not moving on. You have, as long as you're not wallowing in self-pity or anything like that, which I'm not. I definitely have moments where I feel like painfully alone. But I don't wallow in it. There's just nothing wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. With wanting to be with that one person, and if you can't have that one person, you have the choice. You have the prerogative to not want to be with somebody else. There's nothing wrong with it, man. Other people are different, you know. They look at life differently. You know, they can move from person to person to person. You know, lots of people. I can't do that. I'm not that way. I'm not. I was never built that way. I tried when I was younger to be kind of that serial monogamous type. But it's just not me. I don't know, man. I just whatever. And nobody clicked, you know. I spent years and I just didn't, you know, it was like there were some women that I really, really liked, but it just didn't click. You know what I mean? And then she clicked. And it was just like, yeah. But she's got her own shit to work through. I just think it's okay. I think it's a perfectly valid choice. After you found that one person that you really want to be with, to not be with, to not want to be with anybody else. Society puts so much pressure on people to, like, you know, have a boyfriend and have a girlfriend, and you know, it just for no other reason than to just do it. You know, I can't do that. I just can't just be with somebody just to be with somebody. You know, it's just not in me.